he's like, all right, enough wrestling. And then he gets like
the fighter.
Right.
Yeah, he gets like Terminator.
All right, we are live.
All right.
Hey, everybody. Happy WrestleMania. So we're going to do our intro, and then we'll get started.
Musclemania.
Let's get the chat going. Rich, would you like to tweet out that we're live also?
Yes. I think Josh should do the intro because he's a guest.
No, Josh is not doing the intro. He's banned.
Did you try to do the intro once? Were you practicing last night?
No.
And then Andrew was like,
I got to come up with extra names today.
Hey, I don't see this.
What do you mean?
Oh, there it is. Never mind.
There it is. All right. Let's see. We got a camera here. We got a camera here. We got a camera here. All right. Let's tweet out that I'm doing a WrestleMania show.
Twitter. Joey Image.
does not own a computer.
Is that a fact? All right.
This is what we were saying the other day.
Yeah. WrestleMania. 35.
Why isn't this?
Do you have the thing open? Oh, I have a new link. I had to cancel the other one. I just tweeted out. Yeah. It broke. 35. Preview.
Hey, what's up?
Is live. Right
Oh, hey, you're in the chat room too.
I am.
Anthonets.
Anthonets.
I got an Antoinette. I got an Antoinette. Anybody have an Antoinette here?
I can't believe you got cleaned out of all your good stuff, Josh.
How many Annettes are in Flushing?
I should have told you on Friday. I should have been like, yo, save something for me for Sunday.
No. How about me? I don't even have one.
I know, right? Like I would have thought that you would have at least pocketed a couple.
Well, when you leave the bottle here all day long, they just seem to walk away.
They dissolve.
Right, Andrew?
I appreciate
that's what
it.
happens.
Gave us, and
All right.
Yeah, thank
Hey,
you.
yo. Hey,
I
everybody.
wanted to give you two that day, too.
I know. I should have. I was like, I'm so modest
we're
when it
like
comes to that stuff.
Yeah, we're like apprehensive about
Anything.
we don't do
But this
anything
came
like that, so it's
from
like,
a
I don't know how it's gonna
dispensary.
affect me.
It
All right.
came from a dispensary.
Let's
No, you guys are like,
No.
We're good. We got to start,
No.
Josh.
Yes.
Okay, we're going live.
Internets, baby.
Anthonets. All right, we're live there. There's just one more place to go live. That's in my brain,
In your butthole.
in my butt.
You like Drake?
He got fired.
Oh, you like Drake got
Yeah,
fired? That's
yeah.
it.
Parent Scope is live. Let's go to Twitter. Dude, did you see my my Rock and Roll Express tweet?
That was
yesterday?
fantastic.
Yeah, the Canadian destroyer.
All right.
All right, we're good.
Okay. Are we ready?
Turn it on.
Ready. Let's do it, baby.
All right, I'm turning on, guys.
Do it.
We'll begin in 3, 2, and 1. Hey, everybody, welcome to Matt Man, your source for all things professional wrestling. It is WrestleMania Sunday. With me, as always, is the stroker to my Bram Stroker, Rich Stambolian.
What do you mean, Bram Stoker?
Bram,
Bram
Bram,
Stoker?
Bram
Like the guy who wrote Dracula?
No, you're
Am
Bram
I Dracula?
Stroker. No, you're Bram
I think he's in
Stroker.
other
Bram
movies.
Stoker?
Bram Stroker.
What's my gimmick?
Adult film star.
Okay,
Yes.
adult film star Bram Stoker. All right.
Yeah.
Can I do the big wiggle?
Yeah, you can do the big wiggle.
All right. I like it.
We have so much to talk about, but we do have 2 special guests in the studio. Mr. Culmination, Josh Coleman. You're not getting a cool one today.
What?
You're not getting a cool intro. I
What?
decided. You're Mr.
I've been here
Culmination.
for
That's it.
4 days. I get nothing.
You got nothing. But
I like a ricochet.
on the couch, the one-legged tortoise,
It's
Vicky Stambolian.
Hello.
calling you slow.
I don't know. Why.
One-legged tortoise. What's your story?
That's my
What's your
wife. My
gimmick?
wife's
Vicky,
on
just
the
pull
air.
the mic a little bit closer. That's Vicky,
Hello.
everybody. Vicky's here with us. I'm actually, this is a pleasant surprise that you're here. I did
Yeah.
not know that you were coming, and every time you
Neither
show
did
up,
I.
absolutely love it. It makes my day. I light up. I was
Oh, that's sweet.
like moping around here, and then you show up, and I'm like, God damn it, Vic is here. I'm in.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's great for you guys. She's like
I'm
my
just-
probation officer today.
Yeah.
I gotta make sure he comes home.
Yeah.
This guy's been doing a few things this weekend. I
I
gotta,
gotta
make sure
make sure he
comes
doesn't
home.
misbehave.
Well, we all had a wild weekend. Obviously, WrestleMania week here in New York City. One of the most annoying to get to WrestleManias for many, many people, which we're going to talk about why for people who are not here. I do want to unveil. I'm in my WrestleMania outfit here. So here we go.
Oh,
All right.
Dick's out.
Yeah, I have no pants on. No, I'm wearing my leopard print pants. I'm wearing this Mets WrestleMania T-shirt that I was given.
I believe only available on one day of the year.
One day of the year, and I got my McDonald's Tag Team Championship heavyweight belt, which you are not wearing yours today.
You should have texted me. Hey, bring
I
your
should
thing,
have.
bring
I
your
should have. I know.
thing. Always trying to steal
It's
the
us on the
thunder
new
for
day.
yourself. It's okay.
It's us on the new day.
Should have known.
Did you
And
get a
then-
bobblehead yesterday?
Look what I got.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah,
camera?
I have a second one too.
I like it. Very cool.
I'm gonna have you and Josh shirtlessly fight over it.
I'm
Would
not
you
a
do
Met
it? Would you
fan.
fight him over that?
No,
I'd
'cause
cuddle
I'm not
with
a
him.
Met fan.
No,
not a Met fan.
like oiled up, greased up, and just like grappling.
Nah,
No hitting.
Big spoon, little spoon. How about that?
Okay.
If it was Max Scherzer, I would want it.
I'm kind of a pacifist, so you know.
Yeah. I'd probably just let you have it.
All right.
So we do have a lot to talk about today. Obviously, I went to a bunch of shows. Rich went to New Japan yesterday.
one show.
But listen, dude, that show was worth it, which I do want to talk about that.
Oh my god.
And a whole lot more. But before we continue, I want to thank our good friends over at Blue Chew. Can I tell you how many wrestling fans I heard talk about Blue Chew this whole week? It was actually fascinating because people are doing Blue Chew ads randomly
It's great.
throughout the day, which I thought was awesome.
great.
Every bar I was into, people are constantly talking about Blue Chew. They're talking about Conrad. I was so humbled, by the way. And this is not the Blue Chew spot, but I was so humbled at the amount of people that came up to me and said, I love you and Rich. I love you and Rich. Where's Rich? They thought he was rich a bunch
They
of
did.
times. A bunch
Oh,
of times
wow.
they thought he was rich.
Excellent.
And I just went with it.
Yeah, you said thank you.
I'm like,
I
hey, he
just
said
said
thank you. That's
Maybe those are the audio only.
How did it?
Yeah.
Like-
How did it feel to be me?
I mean, it's pride.
So it was extremely humbling, and I appreciate meeting all you guys, and it was awesome. But I do want to say the fact that you guys are all talking about Blue Chew is unbelievable. And here's a great offer, and I don't know how much longer this will last. So it's WrestleMania. We're all pumped. We're all ready. And Blue Chew's ready to give you your first shipment for free. Just use a special promo code MATMAN at checkout. You just pay $5 just for the shipping. Your first order is shipped for free, which is awesome. Listen, we could all use a little help every now and then. Blue Chew is the same 2 active ingredients for you could pick which one, whether it's a Viagra or a Cialis. It's their version of it. It's chewable, so it dissolves way quicker. And you're ready, like this, Rich. Which
I know.
I know. Listen, I don't want to put anybody on the spot here, but there is somebody else in the room that has experienced Blue Chew with you. Could you say if it was a thumbs up or a thumbs?
Yes,
or
it was.
was it?
Was it me? Oh, I'm sorry.
I was gonna let you speak. I mean, I haven't
Sorry.
heard about that encounter.
Was it
so-
a or a
I would say it was a thumbs up.
thumbs up?
Yeah.
There you go.
Let me. You can yes or no. I'm gonna
It
say
overstayed its welcome, though. I think
3
that's
For
For
you,
you,
that's
for
what I
you.
would say.
It was like the Benicio del Toro Wolfman movie. It was just
I
slobbered.
do want to say I think this is the first female perspective that Blue Chew has gotten on a podcast. Listen,
Interesting.
first
Okay.
time ever.
Oh, man.
So guys,
I wish
if
I
you want to
prepared.
have a nicer evening, go check out Blue Chew. BlueChew.com. Use the promo code MATMEN when you check out. Your first shipment is absolutely free. You just pay $5 for the shipping. The process is super easy, super discreet too. It doesn't come in a big giant, envelope that says dick pills.
No, you
know?
you
Which-
handed it to me and said dick pills.
That's what I said. Yeah, that's how it worked. Yours came here, and I just said dick pills. BlueChew.com, offer code MATMEN. I want to thank them for supporting the show. It's just amazing.
Can I do a quick one?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So in 3 words, it's a 3-word yes or no answer, and about the Blue Chew.
3-word yes or no answer.
It's gonna be a 3-word question.
Like yes.
I want a yes
yes,
or no
yes.
answer. All right.
Okay.
Boner City, USA? Question mark. That's all you need.
That's it. Bonus
That's
City,
it.
USA.
That's all you
Thanks,
need.
Blue Chew. So let's begin with a couple experiences. You watched NXT. I want to get into this, and then we'll go into WrestleMania
Let's
because I want to keep the show super tight.
Tight, baby.
Tight. You watched NXT on TV.
I did.
was at Barclays Center. I listen. I have a very different perspective for this, right? Because I had experienced Barclays Center for SummerSlam weekend twice, and I
Yes,
had
yeah.
a hell of a time. I had an unbelievable experience. I was the one that was telling people there's no bad seat in this building. You see everything. It's a great building. I absolutely love it. I guess I took off my rose-colored glasses when I walked into that building because it felt like a piece of shit. It was a dump.
You
I
didn't
do
like
not-
you didn't like Barclays.
I don't like Barclays. And what did you think? Did you like
All right,
Barclays?
I
or
have a
not?
totally different experience too.
It was your
coming
first
from
time.
a different state.
Yeah.
Barclays was disappointing.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
It's
Especially
very
for being
cold.
a new stadium, I thought I would be blown away. I didn't like how there's one entrance and exit. I didn't like how dark it is. All the walls
Very
are
dark.
black and all the numbers are gray. It's just
Did it make you upset?
dark.
Did it
No.
make you look at the darkness in your own soul?
It's just it was more of like usually when I go to stadiums I'm blown like MSG, which we'll go into later.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that like blew me away. Where this was just like
Wow,
I'm
it
not a
just
fan
blew
of
you.
Barclays Center. My seats. Thanks, Josh.
Thank
by
you.
the way, they were absolutely miserable. He bought me the worst seats ever.
I thought Bob got you the tickets.
No, MSG. MSG Bob got it. He bought it for
That's
my
right.
birthday gift.
Okay.
It was a birthday
No.
gift for me.
I
No.
thought your wife got you though.
Well,
Your
they
wife
got
got-
it together.
Oh, okay.
so, but I get the
Yeah.
blame.
Yeah.
That's a nice
They
gesture.
got it
Don't
together.
Very
blame
nice
him.
gesture.
Yeah.
Come on.
So
Thanks for being the voice
Did
of
a
reason.
nice thing.
Yeah.
so it was absolutely terrible. So thank you for picking the worst seats ever.
You're very welcome.
I do it. In all honesty, though, the seats were bad, and I think that kind of played a major factor on my experience because I felt trapped and I didn't want to be there anymore. And that's my own weird neuroses that I have. And Rich, you've experienced that with me, where
Several times.
if I feel like I'm no longer in control of the situation, like I can't move up or change my seat, I don't want to be there anymore, and I just want to go home.
Let me tell you what happens when you put Andrew in a corner.
Yeah, what happens?
He
You
just
don't
leaves.
put baby in the
He just leaves.
I just leave.
I've
That's it.
experienced
Put
that. I
Andrew
know
in the
what
corner.
you mean.
He just leaves.
Yeah. I just go home.
Leaves the corner.
I couldn't because
Breaks the fourth wall.
I couldn't leave because
I
he
was
was
talking to
there.
invisible men and
He was there, and I had listen, we
Invisible Men.
were playing Spot the X-Men. So this is how the X-Men comic books work. I figured it out. You go to a wrestling event, okay? Or a writer or an illustrator goes, and they pick out random fans, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we need a guy with an eyeball hanging out and a mouth tattoo. All right, that's him right there. We need a girl with a crucifix upside down tattoo on her head with stars on her eyes. This is a real girl with a fake leg. All right, she's
Oh.
there.
Wait, go back. You
Yeah.
saw a guy with his eye hanging
Sounds like
out?
a superhero.
No, I did not see a guy. With
You just made that up.
That one, but the other
Okay.
girl
That was an
real.
example.
Yeah, that was an example.
If you love Tekashi 6ix9ine and you are in this arena right now,
Yeah, there were a whole bunch of Tekashi 6ix9ines.
Wow.
that's
And
a
men, women. Some I can't tell.
I think you did
a
text
lot
me
of people
that.
from the UK, by the way.
A lot
Yeah.
of which, yeah, this is. And
I
by the way,
was gonna say these are people you don't normally see walking around the city.
Oh, no, these
so they
were-
must have been.
no, these were real people
Coming-
from the city.
Yeah.
These were
From New
sewer
York?
people.
No, they
These
may
were
have
from the
been-
Bowery. All
They
of
may
them.
have traveled.
I kind of think half the crowd was New York and the other half not.
I didn't.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
It was listen, for anything like this with a cult following, I get it. You're gonna get a lot of weird people, a lot of smelly dudes. Dude, man, come on, guys.
I like the more that you talk about it, the more stuff that comes out. I want you to keep going.
Yeah, it was gross. A lot of grossness. Kevin, thank you. $2. Love the show. Worst match on the card, which we'll
Easy
talk
for
about. That's an easy pick considering it was a great card. It was a weird group. Whatever, that's fine. Our seats sucked, and the light was beaming in our eye. For the first half
they
the
figured it
show,
out.
and I was just like, I kind of want to go home.
Did he express that to you?
I did
What?
many
Said he
times.
wanted to go home?
I mean,
You wanted to leave also.
Oh,
it
do you
was
want to
a
leave too?
It was a 5-match thing, so really no.
Yeah.
I never wanted to actually leave. No.
And plus, like we got a little tuned up before you guys
Yeah,
went.
yeah.
You went
Dude,
early.
Maybe it's like a visitor versus like a local thing where it's like
You
This
kind of
is-
yeah.
this is
Also,
almost
you're
more
being
for the
exaggerating.
visitors.
He
I'm
wasn't
not
that
exaggerating.
miserable during the
Yeah.
event.
No, didn't even. You know what?
You
When
had
they,
a
when
good
they,
time.
when
In
they
his
changed
head,
the light,
though.
when they changed the light, when they
Oh,
fixed the light
yeah.
situation, it got a lot easier.
I
Also,
think halfway through the show we relaxed.
highlight of my day,
Mhm.
meeting Treehouse Vince.
Yeah.
Ah, I feel bad that
I
I
know
didn't
him.
meet that
Person?
dude.
He is
Yeah.
as insane as you think he is.
Does he look like I told you he looks like?
What'd you say you look like?
He looks like kind of like a like Gob a little bit from Arrested Development.
a little?
More on the Dak Shepard
I'm trying to
side.
think who
Yeah,
I-
more on the
than
Dak Shepard side, yes.
Yeah.
Very dude, sweetheart of a man.
Yeah, great
I don't
guy.
want to break his character. Sweetheart of a
Great
man.
guy.
We had a great time. We had pizza. We had beer.
Nice.
Uh,
How'd you like that artichoke pizza?
Artichoke pizza. I just love that crust on it, man.
so
He hated it.
So let's talk about the actual event. I thought 5 matches, really quick.
Wait, you got to answer his question.
What was? Well, I'm gonna get to
Oh.
that. I'm gonna answer his question, Kevin. I'm gonna answer your question. I'm gonna tell you.
I'm gonna answer.
Rich has a card. I'm positive because this is how we communicate. I don't even have to look at Rich. I know what he's doing.
I got the card up. The first 3 matches I do believe were taped.
Oh, correct. For
Yeah.
the
Yes,
Wednesday
yes,
show,
yes. Yeah.
correct.
So what were they?
So
What was it
it
UK?
was Street Profits versus Fabian Aichner and Marcel Barthel.
Okay, that was okay. Fine, whatever.
Jason Riker versus Danny Burch. Candice LeRae versus Aaliyah.
Okay.
Right.
So I think
Yeah.
those are supposed
Those are
to
TV
Those are
tapes.
Wednesday,
those are
yeah.
TV tapings, right? Okay. The show opened with
Oh,
War Raiders, Hanson and Rowe versus Aleister Black and Ricochet. My God, 20 minutes, 10 seconds. You guys watched it there from our apartment. My wife she left the room, and it's me in the living room. Just
were you sober watching, or
Seems
were
like my
you like a
usual
little
setup, but
loose?
I was a little loose.
Little loose. Okay.
A
By the
little
way,
bit loose.
Mark,
yeah.
let's thank Mark. Mark, $5 for this stream. Thank you, Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
So
Generous people.
I want to get your opinion first on how
Please.
to come off on TV.
That match,
Yeah.
looked gorgeous.
Wait,
on
start with
TV.
the intro. The entrances.
Oh my God! All right,
Yeah.
the War Raiders entrance,
Oh.
fantastic. Black and Ricochet both got beautiful entrances. I feel like they've been. There's a thing, like I think with Ricochet on commentary, they're blowing this guy up like he is the second
Oh,
coming.
really?
Yeah.
They did.
And
Okay.
with Black, they're tweaking his intro so much closer to perfection that it looks so good on TV.
it does.
you
So-
know?
better than.
Okay, so
Yeah.
watching it live was interesting because we had a direct view of that angle
Mhm.
because we were on the hard camera side, not
Okay.
on the opposite. So whatever is being filmed, that's the side that we were on.
Yeah.
So a lot of the stuff that is hidden for the hard camera side
Mhm.
was not hidden on this side.
Oh, okay.
So War Raiders entrance looked really awesome, but you couldn't hear. So when we rewatched it, you couldn't hear the
Yeah,
banging,
the
like the
banging.
gongs. So a lot of that was lost. Like I feel like
Okay.
we'll get to Velveteen Dream. His entrance, that entrance was garbage live.
No
It was totally
shit,
lost.
really?
Yeah,
Totally
it's
lost.
totally lost.
You had
Oh
you
my
couldn't
God.
understand
We were
what was
blown away
happening
when we saw
because
it.
all you could see is all the camera guys around him.
Really?
Yeah, it was done really bad.
Oh,
Live.
that's interesting.
Ricochet came out, looked like $1 million
Of
coming
Of course.
out.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think he mistimed it. He came out way early,
Okay.
and he stood there
Yeah.
for a good 30 seconds
Longer
before
than that.
the lights went off, and then they did his intro.
Emotional, man.
Uh,
He had an emotional day.
I think they were also having some lighting issues
Okay.
or like timing problems with the lighting and everything. Here comes Green Lives Matter, $5. Happy WrestleMania! I love you, sweeties.
Thanks,
I love you
brother.
guys. So Aleister Black comes out. It took them forever to set this thing up.
Really?
Took them forever,
Okay.
and that's why they stalled so much
Mhm.
with Ricochet in the ring. They dropped the candles,
Dropping candles.
Wow.
and they finally one guy is like "F it," and he took like half the candles away and just walked away.
couldn't tell from
Right,
yeah.
watching it from
The way they shoot it looks totally different.
watching it from the couch. Like they shot it so perfectly
perfect.
that they tweaked it so well. They gave him like a little gel, for like a little extra like lighting, and it came off. It came off like his send off.
Yeah.
Like this is the last time they're gonna do this for him in an NXT. Beautiful.
And
The
then
the
match.
Velveteen intro
Oh.
also unbelievable on TV. Like
Unbelievable.
completely unbelievable
We
on
couldn't
TV.
believe when we saw it with that
Yeah.
whole the Statue
Yeah.
of Liberty. Oh,
There's a lot of stuff like because we
Yeah.
all went to the NJPW show last night, and I watched like a bunch of the stuff back. Like watching the Muda thing was not as dynamic as like we were blown
Was
away.
live.
But watching
yes.
it on the app,
yeah,
ridiculous.
Really?
Like ridiculous because they get the detail of the costume.
Yeah.
Like even like
Yeah.
I showed it to you this
Mask,
morning.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you were like blown away by it.
Yeah,
You were like,
that
oh
was
my
so
god,
cool.
like his shoulder pads got teeth in
Yeah,
them.
I know. I was just
I
amazed
do
by
want to
the costume.
mention something weird, okay? And it happened at both WWE
Oh,
and
yeah.
New Japan.
Oof.
And I was trying to figure this out. And somebody in our audience will have the answer to this. There's 71 people on YouTube right now. There's a whole bunch of people on Periscope. Somebody has this answer. When you're watching the event, right? You know the big scoreboard, right?
Mhm.
Where during the entrances, they don't air the entrance on the scoreboard.
Mhm.
They air the name or whatever. New
Or
Japan
logo.
was just airing the logo and the faction.
Right.
Right.
They were, and then they would cut when they hit the ring. They would cut to the in-ring.
Right,
exit.
right.
Why don't they air the entrances?
I just think it's like a traditional thing where it's like they put everybody in a faction. Will Oscar
No, WWE,
No, no,
WWE
Oh,
did
sorry,
the
sorry,
same thing,
sorry.
and I've seen them do
Okay.
this in the past. They don't air the
couldn't understand.
entrances
Yeah.
on that big dome.
Okay.
I'm willing to bet that they don't want you looking up. They want you focused in.
That's a good
Yeah.
that's
Right.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
a
yeah.
good point. I didn't think.
I
of
But
that.
with
think that's the
Ricochet,
reason.
if you can't even see what his entrance is because of all the cameramen, you think
Well,
you'd wanna,
Velveteen,
like,
Velveteen was like that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What did you think of the match? I thought the match was one of the best ones of the night.
The tag team match?
Yeah.
It was one of the best tag team matches I've ever seen.
Phenomenal, right?
I love Hanson so much. I think that I want that dude to succeed so hard. But I feel like the audience, and I'll go with you. I'm not dumping on the audience, but I do feel like are you a fan of Watchmen?
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like
Who watches them?
like a guy. This is Harold. Are you an improv group in Maryland?
I was quick.
You shouldn't be. Like we were saying this about the Beer City Bruiser also yesterday.
Yeah.
Where it's like they're the Dr. Manhattan of wrestling, in which that tons of dudes in the audience look just like them.
That guy.
Oh, that's so
so like
funny.
Ro is like the Dr. Manhattan of NXT,
Yeah,
where
yeah,
like
hysterical.
tons of dudes in the audience look like Ro.
Yeah.
Bald guys, little
I
chunky,
saw about 5
goatees, you know.
That's really funny, actually. I thought it was a great match. Stellar match. War Raiders are, the
I
dominant
said to
tag
him,
team on
Best
that
match
side.
I've ever seen live.
Best match you've seen? Really?
Are you including last night's show?
Yeah, I really.
Oh my god!
Just that, because I watched it twice because I saw it back.
Okay.
The amount of spots they did in that match is just
Great match.
out of control.
How many boner pills would you give it out of 5?
5.
Yeah.
5 boner
I
pills.
love
5 blue chews out of
I
5.
love that. That's my favorite
Yeah.
match of that event.
Andrew.
I give it 4.
Really?
Yeah,
He
because
was-
I like the Johnny Gargano match better.
Ooh, I'll
If
give it
we're
5.
talking about them. So phenomenal match. What was the next one? that we had?
Velveteen versus Matt Riddle.
Okay, actually, I would say what else did we have? We had the women's match. We had that. The women's
Walter
match.
and Pete Dunne.
Okay.
The women's match, and then Gargano and Adam Cole.
Okay. Really like the intro. Watching it on TV, I thought that match was done really well.
Which match?
The Velveteen and Matt Riddle. I will probably say that was the worst match on the card for me.
Really?
Yeah, I like the
Interesting.
women. I was more invested in the women's match than I was in that. And the Pete Dunne thing. How did that come off to you on TV?
It came out. Can I preface what you're saying with a question?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're saying it's the worst match on the card, but I feel like you want to say everything was a 10, but this was a 9.
This was like a 9. If everything
Right.
was a 10,
Yeah.
this was a 9.5.
So like if you're gonna
yeah.
be picky about it,
If
that's
I'm
what
gonna
you're
be
trying to
picky.
say. Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
Um,
there were any bad matches
right.
whatsoever. I would say for me, and it's also it came out. This was the second match.
Yes.
Right.
So this was after that big heater match. Like this unbelievable match. You had these two guys go out there. They did a hell of a show. Velveteen did a great job.
So good.
I love that he takes everybody's move now.
Yeah, he did we were saying the moves to each other during it.
Hogan's leg drop got a big pop. The crowd
So
was
good.
into this.
Yeah.
For sure.
He's their developmental star. I
Yeah.
think and they need to like really wedge him into something amazing when he comes up to the main roster. Matt Riddle came out dressed like everybody's least favorite roommate.
Oh, dude, that was the tweet. That was a tweet you made, and I died.
No, yeah.
I literally laughed out loud when we were there.
I'm glad
There was a
about
guy. I think we partook a little too much before that show
Mhm.
because I could have swore that he was talking to nobody.
Are you talking about nobody?
There was a man sitting next to us. Okay, this guy from the UK,
From the UK.
big dude from the UK, nice guy.
Hello.
Super nice.
He's
Hello,
talking-
Josh.
He's having a conversation with him. I never said a word to him. I just see him.
Yeah.
Josh is talking to him. All of a sudden, and he was so psyched about
The UK match.
The UK match.
Yeah.
The guy,
so
not
psyched.
you.
So
No,
psyched.
not
This-
me. I
okay.
thought that was the worst match.
he didn't like that
Ooh,
match. Yeah.
interesting. Okay.
I don't like finger holds.
Finger
Does it make you
holds.
uncomfortable?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just like what?
So we
But then I see the villain. He does it better. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
okay, so he's talking to him.
Yes.
They're having a conversation. He's like,
Buddy.
I'm so glad I'm here. He goes, I'm going to go to the restroom. I don't want to miss this. He came back, and he's like, I'm going to go get a beer. And all of a sudden, he never came back for the rest of the show.
He-
show.
You know
Gone.
what? You know what
I don't
happened?
think he existed.
He did. He didn't think it was.
I'm not gonna make the. I'm not.
Okay,
I'm
we'll
not
skip
gonna
it.
make the joke that I'm gonna make.
All right, don't
It
make
was well. Can I?
Hold on. All right. Thank you. So the second, what did you think of the Matt Riddle match? I thought it was decent. It was a fine match. It was great.
I
It was,
loved it.
Any other place,
Yeah.
this would have been a main event match.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously, this card was really stacked. After that, what do we have?
We got Walter versus Pete Dunne.
Yes.
Now let me tell you, watching it from home, you got the vibe that this was important.
Yes.
Which I said to you when we watched it back, it was better on TV.
way better on TV.
That's what he was
That
saying to me.
silhouette of Walter is awesome,
So
but it does not translate
Big
live.
dude.
it's
Yeah.
interesting. The audience, so the obviously this is a smarter audience, right?
Sure.
I would say,
Yeah.
more than like a Raw or a regular pay-per-view.
I think I think last night and last night's show and the NXT show, if I'm gonna be completely honest, I want to say it's a half smart audience and then a half bandwagon audience.
Like girlfriends and friends that are dragged along.
Well, not dragged along, but like dudes who like, because I feel like now it's like it's the cool thing. It's the cool thing, and you can only eat so much content without knowing people. And I do think like a guy like Walter falls to the wayside because he doesn't have as much content as like these other guys do online.
100%.
You know, so I feel like it's like the fair weather fan. The fair weather smart fan is not going to know who Walter is. Well, and that happened last night too.
That happened last night also.
Yeah.
So Walter, they do the graphic package for this thing, and they pop big for Walter.
Yeah.
Trance in the building during that promo pack for Walter. Walter comes out, nothing. Dead. Nobody knew who he was. It was very quiet. It picked up a little bit towards the end of the match, but again, listen, this was a very European style. It was a very different thing. A lot of holds. Pete Dunne is a star.
He is.
I hope that this catapults him into NXT and not the main roster. I think he'll do well there. Walter is something special. I just don't know how they're going to play him off. He's really big, but once he starts losing, he loses that specialty.
Yeah,
I think. Do you guys think that Walter is kind of like a Taz in the respect that like it's all presence?
That's an interesting.
And he needs, and it's got to be a little more than the presence. He's got a lot of presence. That's a thing. Yeah. He's a big dude. And wife, I don't know if you know who Walter is.
Hey, wife.
He's
I do recall you mentioning a Walter, and I was intrigued just because his name was Walter.
It was probably Walter Cronkite. I'm really into old news.
It wasn't something like over the top, so I was like, oh, well, yes.
Big Austrian guy, like 6'5" Austrian guy.
Yeah, he was just like a regular dude, right? Like,
yeah,
just a regular.
He just looked like a man.
Yeah.
Looked like a man.
Which do you have a problem? I had a problem, and we know about people judging bodies.
Yes, right. Am I a body judger?
But he wasn't really at the event because he was like fine with Walter.
He's a crowd judger.
I think Walter would be way more intimidating if he had an upper body.
Hold on, breaking news.
And
breaking news.
Really skinny legs.
What?
Right?
Bill Alexander, $5 Canadian. Hey, to everyone and the Bearded Bros. Can't wait to hear your take of WrestleMania tonight. Cheers.
Thanks, Bill Alexander.
Cheers.
I really appreciate it.
I don't have a beard.
Give me a
We're the Bearded Bros.
No, you are Greek.
So, what did you give the Walter match?
There's a beard there.
What would you give the Walter match?
I give it a high five. I'd give it a.
Was that the worst match for you?
No.
No, really.
No.
What do you give the worst match?
Ladies match.
The ladies match. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. That was next.
All right. So the ladies match was Shayna Baszler versus Io Shirai versus Bianca Belair versus Kairi Sane.
Shayna Baszler's a star, right? Total
Shayna
star.
Baszler has come into her own so hard. I feel like there were just one too many missteps in that match that, again, and this is from a fan's perspective, and my fan perspective is I don't know how to pro wrestle, but I do know what takes me out of it. You know what I mean?
You can tell by watching.
Yeah, so if I see something where I'm like, that didn't look too great, it
takes you out.
It takes me out of it a little bit. And I feel like there was maybe like 3 or 4 moments in this match where I'm like, it would have been great if they followed through on that, or it would have been great if they did not botch this part, or you know what I mean? Like I just felt it was a little bit stop-start, but that's always tough with 4-way matches, and there's everybody in this match has such a different story. And I do think Baszler came out. She looked better than everybody in that match.
Oh, yeah.
Monster, dominant monster. She's something else,
Like, I can't wait for her to hit the main roster and challenge all those girls.
I thought that match was really good on TV. The story was told way better on TV. The Io Shirai and Kairi Sane stuff kind of got lost in the building.
Right.
With everything that was going on. Because your eye is going everywhere, with that match. There's 4 people.
Right.
And then the main event.
Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole, 2 out of 3 falls match for the vacant NXT title. This match went 38 minutes.
Yeah, phenomenal.
Really?
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. Best match. I would say this was Adam Cole's best match.
The crowd was hot for
Adam Cole. The crowd. Okay. So you want to know about storytelling? Let's talk about storytelling. I don't know how it came off on TV, but
it came off amazing on TV.
In the building from the beginning, it was majority of the crowd, and it was a close one. I would say 65-35. Perfect. Adam Cole.
That's how it came off on TV.
Okay.
Yeah.
Adam Cole. They were losing it for Adam Cole. I said, "Oh my God, Adam Cole needs to win this right now.
Yeah.
Can I curse?
Yes.
If I feel like Adam Cole,
Actually, we got to censor.
Okay.
2 ads. Yeah.
I feel like Adam Cole for dudes that want
Yes, yes.
for people that want to shtup Shawn Michaels and they see Adam Cole,
Fetishize, you said.
they're like, yeah, this is our guy. So like he gave
He's
everybody
like
a Shawn
the
Michaels
coming
boner.
type of
Yeah.
thing.
You know,
I believe your tweet was, and again,
Yes.
you were on fire on Friday. I have to applaud you.
Thank you.
Because I was reading it while I was like watching it,
Mhm.
and it was cool because I was watching it like reading it as a fan,
Uh-huh.
which would never happen. I was like, holy shit, this dude is really funny right now. You were on fire. Like,
who is
one
this
after
guy? I
another.
should have him on my
Who's this
podcast.
I want to know this guy. No, it was your tweets were hysterical, but
Thank
you
you.
said he's fulfilling the Shawn Michaels fetish
Absolutely,
for everybody.
100%.
Um,
100%.
Oh, I just had
So-
to look up a picture, and I agree.
Yeah,
See?
yeah, yeah, but
Yeah.
he's I think shorter, right?
Yeah,
he's a little bit.
That's-
Yeah.
He's like
that's
tiny.
what
He's
I'm worried about.
tiny.
Tiny.
but who cares?
What are they gonna do with him though
I
when
don't
he
know.
goes up?
Um,
So tiny.
He's really tiny.
He's very small. But who
he's-
cares? But like
Bring
all
him
these
like a
guys
little-
are tiny.
Thank you.
The War Raiders are tiny.
They're all little, yeah.
You know,
Right.
So
like,
it's a
But
little
is that
world we're
just
living
how
in.
wrestling has
it just
become?
doesn't matter. Yeah, like dudes that look like Braun Strowman.
They don't come
They don't
around.
come
are a
around.
rarity. Whereas like early '80s, everybody looked
everyone
like,
was that
everybody
way.
was a
Like
massive.
X-Pac was a small guy, yet he's huge.
X-Pac's like 6'3", and like
yeah, that's right.
All right,
I
so you
always
don't
thought
see
he
a
was
problem with
tiny.
it.
I don't see a problem with it because I think it's the storytelling.
Okay.
I think it's how it's done and all that stuff. Taz is a good example. When Taz
Yeah.
was in ECW,
Shot him from the bottom up. That's what Paul would do.
but he looked like he was
He
the
looked like
biggest
he
did,
could
yeah.
destroy
You know?
anyone.
Well, presence also.
Yeah.
Right.
big presence.
So main event, the crowd was pretty much behind Adam Cole.
Yeah.
They told such a great story
Mhm.
by the end of that match where everybody was behind Johnny Gargano.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I don't mean it in like in a bad way that they were dumping on Adam Cole.
Right.
Everybody wanted to see Johnny Gargano win that title finally. And I was a little concerned going in. I'm like, oof, when Johnny wins, they may boo him. And they were booing Johnny Gargano
yeah,
until that final fall. And everybody said, oh my God, what am I? It was almost like a realization. Holy crap, what am I doing?
yeah.
I want Johnny to win.
This is bigger than the match. Like,
This is
he
bigger
needs-
than the match.
He needs to win.
this. And he obviously won. The building loved it. Everybody loved it. It was awesome.
That came across as well on TV. Like I popped for it. It was awesome. I shed a little bit of a wrestling tear. It was nice. And then I wake up the next day and people are like, "Yo, man, that was mad boring." And I
Who
kind of
said-
want to choke
Wait a minute,
everyone.
somebody said that the match was boring?
So many people took it. I've on like social
First
media.
Two falls.
Listen, but again, I think this is the problem. When you watch wrestling through a 3-minute abridged version on YouTube,
Yeah.
or a tweet or a Facebook post
Or a GIF.
or a GIF, you are going to find all of professional wrestling boring. That is the big
Yeah.
problem right now that they face. Because I saw the same comments. I got a comment from some guy. He goes, "What'd you think of the match?" Right? And I wrote back, I'm like, "I thought it was phenomenal." He goes, it was a little slow. I go, but it was a 38-minute match. You need ebbs and flows.
I need 75 pile drivers. I need suplexes, 2plexes, 1plexes, tiger drivers.
That's all I want to see. Again, I think a lot of this is conditioning. One was that era, and the people that are saying that they were crapping on, they were like our age. So you
Exactly.
gotta also remember, they came up during that 3-minute match Raw era,
Right. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
a very different era. They also now follow wrestling via social posts
That's
and
true.
quick
yeah.
edits and videos and stuff like that.
Do you think it's just people not having their own opinion and saying, looking at a guy like, let's say like you,
Mhm.
because like you're vocal on social media. So like if you were poo-pooing on stuff, people were just saying like, well, Andrew from Matman said this. Not that
Yeah,
you do,
no,
but
no,
I'm just
no.
saying like that's
I agree with you. I think as commentators, we hold some sort of
Mhm.
there is some sort of importance on our opinion because we kind of
Sure.
we're in the know. I'm not saying all of us, and I'm not saying that you should like everything that I like. Everybody has their opinion, and they should base it on that. But when you dislike something, you kind of should know why you dislike it.
But there's a lot to go that goes into that. There's a big gray area, and I think it's like for us specifically, we're super positive about the stuff we like and the stuff we love, and it's like
But we're
know.
also honest if we don't like it,
Right.
but we don't S on it like other people do.
that's the big thing. I think if you're gonna have, it's great to have an opinion, but to take that opinion and make it so massive that it just seems like you think you can write a better story,
Yeah.
even though you're a dude that probably just smokes a ton of weed all day and
Listen,
lives
man,
on a
great.
couch.
I love that life.
You know what I
take
mean?
that.
Like, and that you've not had I think
Yeah.
I think the loss of perspective is a big thing here. To get to the point of let's say like a Gato and Jado, where they're the
Their
booker,
perspective is so different than ours.
and they're the bookers of NJPW, and people take a dump on their direction, which is bizarre to me. And then people saying like, "Well, Vince McMahon doesn't know what he's doing." I think he does know what he's doing. He's one of the richest people on the planet. You know, like he could buy anybody's family 1,000,000 times over, and yet there's
A
still
Pissan family?
Or the Pissan fan, and yet
Pissan,
there's
yeah,
still
Pissan.
these dum-dums that turn around and they're like, I could do a better job. Oh yeah? You're working at Home Depot.
Yeah.
You're working the night shift at Home Depot, and
you
you're
can book
eating,
it.
Not that
you're
there's
eating
anything wrong
Pizza
with
Hut
that.
every night for dinner. And, you know, like you're 2 steps away from blowing your brains out. Really? Like you could do better than this guy who's been in business, in a corporate business
yeah, for 30, 40
a
years.
billion
Yeah.
years, you know? You could do better. I think that's the perspective that's missing.
I think
like,
you're right. Yeah.
You know, like, oh, you could do better than this guy? You can do better than all these people.
Well,
You know?
again, it goes back to that culture of constant gratification and constant need to know the next move. Hogan's ready. Look at him.
Oh my god!
Ah.
Are you gonna
Let's see if
give?
that would work.
Are you giving Hogan like a backdrop, or are you bad luck
Hey,
Fale?
No, I'm just putting him on my shoulder.
Is this your Prince Devitt situation?
baby.
Or-
Yeah.
Damn it.
He's my baby.
Yeah.
Baby Hogan. Let me tell you something, brother. No, I agree with you. I thought the match, and then we'll go into all our rants, but
Please, yeah.
because I want to get through this before the pay-per-view starts.
Mhm.
But I thought it was a phenomenally situated pay-per-view. There was no wrong spot for any match. I think everybody worked hard, and it was one of the most fine-tuned
Oh, yeah.
shows you could possibly ever want to
Absolutely.
watch. It may not have been. Not every match needs to be a 5-star match, but if everything fits its role and fits its place, and everything works out, that's what matters.
Again, that's
Yeah.
a fan thing. I do think people expect everything to be through the effing roof, completely adrenalized, completely euphoria, endorphin engaging action. I think that's like we always poo-poo on those people.
Yeah.
I think that's what they want all the time. They want that adrenaline rush of every match being 5 stars.
And every count be
well,
a false finish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of false finishes.
Yeah.
I believe that match had 9 false finishes, by the way.
Oh
You're
my
kidding me.
Yeah,
So good.
Yeah. Let's talk about New Japan, but before we continue, I want to talk about our great sponsor, and that's Hover. I'm a big domain name buyer. I kind of hoard domain names, which is weird. I have over 200 domain names, Vicky. Over
That is
200.
shocking.
Yeah, over 2. A lot of them are just assets that I have to have, like for the show and everything. But some of them are fun domain names that I have. Other ones I've sold. I've sold a whole bunch of domain names. If you are starting a business, or you have a business and you don't really have a great website, or you don't have an email address associated to your website, go check out Hover. Go to hover.com/Mattman. You get 10% off your first purchase. I'll give you a great example. You know, Josh, he had he was a graphic designer for many, many years.
Still
he still is. But now you work for somebody, but you had a business.
Sure.
Which you still do, actually. You
I
still have
do.
your business. Do you know what he was emailing people from? He had
Can I take a guess?
yeah, go ahead.
Boricua Babe 6969
Yeah.
at AOL.com.
No,
Yeah.
more 6'9".
More
6969.
6969
Yeah.
for DUDZ.
Someone already had the 2.
Yeah. That was his domain name.
Yeah.
That's
And
awesome,
you know
man.
what? He would email people, and nobody would respond back.
Nobody.
And then he changed it to his company name, and it was Josh at his company.
Yeah.
Guess what? King of the world.
King
He
of
lives
the
in a
world.
mansion now. It goes a long way.
True.
Go to hover.com/Mattman. Get 10% off your first domain name purchase. I want to thank Hover for supporting the show. Let's go into New Japan really quick.
Yes, please.
We were both there live. I have not watched it on TV. I just had
We have
no
not.
time because I had to watch the Hall of Fame, which we'll talk about that also.
I watched a bit. I watched most of it today on
How much of it did you watch on YouTube? Tons.
on NJPW World.
No.
The Hall of Fame?
The Hall of Fame.
All I did like today, I didn't watch the regular Hall of Fame, but I did watch a million different angles of the
That lunatic.
Bret Hart assassination, which is like the Zapruder tape from like the
my
JFK.
God.
You're
It
just
was,
like
right?
I know, like when she woke up
Back
this morning.
and to the
That was
left.
the first thing he told me
Back
about.
and to the left.
We were watching earlier and being like, okay, Kofi's there. Ronda
Yeah.
was there.
Right?
Travis is punching. How many punches did he get in?
Who's that with the yellow pants?
Which we'll talk about that. I thought it was Teddy Hart for a second,
We
and that
did.
made me so happy
We
that
were
Teddy Hart
shouting
went
Teddy
nuts.
It was another Hart.
Did
Yeah.
you watch how it was actually televised though?
Yeah.
Because I was like, if I saw that, I would think Bret Hart was dead.
Yeah.
I know.
No.
I was like-
That was really
The
scary.
way they just cut to black like that, it was like, oh my god.
And the sound that Bret
They
made.
just took him
and
out.
I thought they would have edited it when it went on the network.
Yeah.
But they didn't. They kept it where you see that guy.
Are you comfortable with Hogan's schwanz on the back of your neck?
I mean, he
He's
doesn't really have a
that-
schwanz. It's just
Well,
a stuffed
because
animal.
Hulk Hogan has a 10-inch penis.
Not this.
No, that's Terry Bollea. That's Terry
Terry
Bollea.
Blair, not Hulk Hogan.
That's not Hulk Hogan.
This is not very anatomically correct. You noticed.
So you were at the show. I was at the show. I did not watch. I didn't watch it on New Japan World or Ring of Honor Club. I'll probably watch it, later on, in the day after
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow because WrestleMania's taking over. But I personally had a great time at that show.
Yes. Agreed.
I think the show was way better being in the building than it came off on TV. From what I understand,
no way.
That's not based on my opinion.
Yeah.
Because I only experienced it in the building. That show was fire. The crowd was into everything.
Yes.
There was no bad. I have to tell you, the only really bad moment was the Women of Honor title match.
I
It
hate
was
agreeing.
terrible.
I hate agreeing with you on that. But again, I do think we were saying before the show started. I think the nerves of being in that building
Affected a lot of people.
Affected a lot of different things.
Yeah.
And I do think that's one of them. Kelly Klein's great. Maya Iwatani's great.
But the aftermath of that match was what really was.
The beautiful people, right?
Yeah.
Reunited.
What do they call that?
Allure.
Allure.
Velvet Sky and
Yeah.
the other lady.
Angelina Love.
Angelina Love
Angelina
and
Love.
Mandy Leone.
Mandy
Yeah.
Leon.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, this was Madison Rain's idea. She
Okay.
conceptualized putting the band together, and she left the company.
Cool.
Yeah, so they went with her idea.
So that
She's
that
married Josh Matthews, right?
I don't know.
that last couple of minutes of that happening was great.
Great.
But the show started with the very, very top of the card on the pre-show was Kagetsu, Jenny Rose, Suzuki beat Hana Kimura, Stella Gray, and Sumi Sakai. 6-woman tag match.
Yeah.
It popped the crowd very well.
I do want to say they were really bad at telling everybody what time all this started.
Yeah, that's true.
Nobody knew. It said 7. What does it say on the ticket? 7.
6:30, 6 doors, 6:30
Not
pre-show.
on our
mine. Mine
ticket.
said 7:15.
Mine said 7:30 start time. So my ticket gave us everything.
No, my ticket did not give us
Yeah.
everything. So I had no idea that they were doing that. So we just happened to go early. This was at Madison Square Garden, by the way, for people who don't know. And that is a tremendous deal because this is the first time in decades that a non-WWE affiliated company has run that building. WCW never ran it. The NWA, I believe, did not. Well, maybe under Vince Sr., but nobody's run this building since the 50s and 60s. So only Vince. This was a really big moment for New Japan and Ring of Honor to run this building. The building was sold out. When I tell you sold out, it was sold out. There was not a seat that you could even move to.
Yeah.
True.
The only
Once the show started.
Well, once the show started, yeah. But it was a sellout. It was a legitimate sellout in that building. They actually opened more seats up the last 2 days on the corner of the ramp because they realized that the placement, they could have like another couple hundred in there. So they opened up more seats. I think people didn't know that the show was starting, and people started rushing in because that Rumble was going to be the first match.
Well, okay. So here, from my perspective, like I got to the city with my boy, and then he had will call tickets, and he got
waiting that long.
and no, well, he got them through a broker, and the broker was like, "Hey, great seats for you," and we dropped like 150, and we had like honestly. In my perspective, the best seats I've ever had in Madison Square Garden.
Really?
Like, because like where you guys were, we were like 2 sections lower.
Were you on like where the ice would be?
You were in the hundreds.
We were in the 100, so it was like right behind the
above.
ice.
Yeah.
So where
Yeah.
the great seats for a hockey game would be, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when we got there, like totally sold out, totally packed. There was maybe like 200 feet of room between us and the
Oh,
the
nice.
ring?
like on the ring.
That's so close.
But when we got there and we did will call, they just led us right to the thing. They were like, "Here are your tickets," and then we turn around and we're like, "Everybody's lined up already," and this is like 5 in the afternoon, 5:30 in the
Yeah,
afternoon.
people were going in the building.
And we're like, "Why you got tickets? You got assigned seats. Like, why are you lining up?" And we left and we got like a bite and all that stuff. But
Chris
I think
Harrington, by the way.
that's why there was a rush. Chris Harrington, thank you for the 99 cents.
Let's go with the card
Okay.
because we're running out of time here.
So we had the pre-show, the 6-woman tag match. We had the New Japan Rumble. ROH.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Is it the Honor Rumble?
How long? What was the time on that match?
42 minutes.
42 minutes. Okay. I loved everything about it.
Everything about it, which I saw in the comment here. Some other people didn't.
That's nonsense.
Yeah.
That's such nonsense.
It was. By the way, live. It was a lot of fun.
Oh my god.
We got Liger.
Suzuki, Kenny King starting
With Suzuki.
Suzuki getting a pop.
Well, that pop he got,
Mhm.
it was all messed up on the feed. His song
really?
was censored.
Okay.
So I don't know if they muted it or they dimmed it or there was nothing. It did not come off like that at all. All you could hear was a faint chant from the crowd with the lyrics of his song.
You know what's interesting? So when I went back and watched it on NJPW World, a lot of the songs, like Muda's song and Liger song, for example, were changed. And on the feed, it says changed due to copyright. You know, so like in the Garden, we hear Liger's like, you know, like Moya say. Yeah, it's great. On the thing, it's on the website, completely different.
Really?
Yeah. So
They were playing New Jack's
It was
theme
like Billy
on the
Idol or
website,
something.
right? It was
Yeah.
New Jack's theme.
So you had Suzuki and Kenny King starting, and then effing Cheeseburger. I love Cheeseburger. Effing Cheeseburger shows up, pops the crowd. Everybody, even on the lowest end Ring of Honor guy got like a decent pop.
Yeah.
Like everybody was
Everyone.
just supportive.
I think it's because we didn't know who was gonna come out, who was in it, and it was surprises.
So who was your favorite? Like, because like they ramped up the surprises. Haku.
First of all, Haku was great. I knew Liger was going to be in there, and then Muda comes out. I lost my. I actually turned to Josh and I said, "This will be the only time in my life I'll ever see Muda," and it was so unexpected. Like it was not even a concept in my mind that I was going to see Muda show up.
Right.
Yeah.
He just had 2 knee replacements.
He did a House of Glory show the night before.
Oh, he did.
He teamed up with Tajiri and Penta.
No way. That's
No
wild.
way.
So
Yeah, that's wild.
And apparently, from what I read today, apparently this deal was in place since February.
For him to be on
For him to
this.
be on this.
They did a great job of keeping this a secret.
Yeah.
So good. And like before that, like, listen, I know you're my wife, and I know you hate wrestling, but did I not say like, hey, I'm gonna text you a bunch of shit later?
Yeah, you did.
And I think like in all caps, I was like, the Great Muda just showed up,
Mhm.
and he's here. We're gonna kidnap him.
Yeah, I was expecting to see him.
I thought that was great. And then what else do we have?
All right, so
We'll fire through these really
Kenny
quick.
King won the Rumble. He was eliminated by eliminated Liger and Muda. They did like the mist on him and everything. Blah blah blah. Will Ospreay, never openweight champion, versus Jeff Cobb, who was the ROH TV champion.
Really enjoyed this match.
Loved it.
Listen, let me tell you guys something.
Matanza.
Every time, every generation of wrestlers needs a wrestler that looks like a giant baby, and I think Jeff Cobb fills that. It's Jeff Cobb on the Indies, and it's Otis Dozovic in WWE. You need like a baby man.
I just love that he was Matanza.
Nah, he was Matanza.
That's all I love.
Lucha Underground for you Lucha Underground fans.
Very
fans
good
over
match.
there.
I enjoyed that match. What was after that? What do we have after that?
Hang on one second.
Close it. There
I
we go.
accidentally like
No worries.
X'd out of it. Okay, so great match, went well. I think they're a 12-minute match. I thought it was longer. They're grooming Will Ospreay to be a heavyweight in NJPW.
Yeah, big time. He'll be a big star.
facials,
for them.
I thought, by him.
Yes. Dalton Castle next comes out. Full blitz. Dalton Castle versus Roosh.
Oh, awesome entrance.
Dalton Castle comes out with one of the most amazing entrances I've ever seen of all time.
Mhm.
Beautiful. Peacock, the whole nine, the boys. It looked amazing in the
Confetti.
ring. It looked amazing live, and it looked amazing
Oh, I
on the
gotta see
feed.
it.
Roosh comes out, Toro Blanco, the White Bull, and 15-second squash match. Squash match.
A lot of people were upset over that. I get it. Dalton looks big though, by the way. Have you
Yeah.
noticed he's buffed up a little bit. A lot of people are annoyed by that. Also, by the way, the opener is going to be AJ Styles and Randy Orton
Fantastic.
tonight. Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. It was okay. Fine. 20 seconds. I know that they're trying to push Roosh.
Yeah, Roosh.
He's going to be their big star, so I guess that's what they were doing with that. I don't know. I haven't followed that storyline much, so I don't know.
So then we have, I don't know what the guy's name is, but the dude who did the song for the event came out.
Yeah.
Mega Ran, I think.
Mega Ran
Ran.
sang it.
Going to the God.
Bully Ray comes out. The crowd is going crazy.
Yeah.
So Bully Ray was the heel. Mega Ran was the face. And I think Mega Ran says something like, "I'm from Philly." The crowd dumps all over him, turns Bully babyface.
Yeah.
And Bully's just being a vile heel, like threatening him. He beat him with the lock, with the chain. I thought it was hysterical how they tried to get this guy over as a face in New York, and Bully was the heel.
Oh my God! Like the two things, the takeaway from that, and this is before the match. The two things I took away from that are one, the F him up Bully chants, which resonated throughout Madison Square Garden. F him up Bully, F him up, and that turned into in 2019 a Madison Square Garden ECW chant.
Yeah, that's right.
Like how did you think, Josh?
It felt so good.
Josh, how old are you?
We're not disclosing that.
You're in your 50s.
Yeah, I'm in my 50s.
He's in his 50s.
I'm 17.
He's in his 40s. He's in his early 40s.
Late 20s.
I'm 14.
Late 20s.
With
14.
a pituitary issue.
So you're sitting in on teens with wrestling.
Yeah.
But in my adult life, I never thought I'd be in an arena
Where
that is screaming ECW at the top of their lungs.
I did it,
and he didn't do anything. He just walked up.
We
to
got a
the person,
Vicky Photoshop, by the way.
Oh no.
Oh, that's great.
We got a Photoshop of Vicky. Who's holding up who?
Let me see.
Where is it?
Oh gosh.
We got a Photoshop of Vicky.
It's amazing. I love it.
Oh,
Hey!
Justice here.
Oh, I would like.
Oh my goodness.
Thank
Come
you.
say hello.
Did you open that thing yet? Yeah.
Fine.
Oh my God. That's
When
nice.
we're done. I'm really
So
comfortable here.
we got beer here. We got babies running in. Jess is getting us beer.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you. I didn't even put an order in. Though.
Yes, you're the best.
The kids are very excited. And
Oh, we're getting invaded.
we got invaded by babies.
WrestleMania.
All right.
It's like the Enzo and Cass invasion, except
We gotta-
cuter.
We can't even have them on camera or else we'll get demonetized.
Tim
Oh
Anger.
wow!
Tim
Tim
Anger,
Anger.
$10 by Tim Anger.
Thanks, Tim Anger. Much appreciated.
Everybody. Oh my God, it's so warm in here compared to out there, right? Did you get the breeze?
I got that
I was
breeze.
gonna say it was cold when we got in.
I know.
All right, so let's go through this. All right,
Hot air in
So-
this room.
but like Bubba Ray, Bully Ray is not even doing anything. He's getting the pop of the night pretty much. The New York crowd, it's a Dudley boy, dude. It is a
Dudley
effing
boy.
Dudley
Right.
boy, you know. And like from the East Coast, and like if you're an ECW fan, if you're
Okay.
a man close to and or over 40, you're like, oh, the Dudley boys.
So
You
this
know?
was the moment that I was gonna fight the guys behind me.
Oh my God.
I was getting ready.
Was
it
he
was at a
getting like
point
nuts?
that Bob
I was. getting-
Bob
Mhm.
grabbed me and said, "You can't fight them. I'll be banned."
Okay,
Okay, because like I was getting hot.
you were andering
The-
up.
These guys were so drunk.
What happened?
They were two like 20-year-olds, right?
Okay.
They were loaded. And they were screaming. But they weren't like screaming, like chanting or like
No.
saying like following. They were just screaming crazy like
Putting
obscenities.
themselves over.
Mhm.
They're just like trying to put themselves over. But so loud, dude. Like so loud where it was in my ear. Screaming. And I'm getting hot. And I got up, I looked at them, they like settled down a little bit. They were so drunk they had no idea what they were doing.
Uh-huh.
And then they popped pills. They took some pill. Like I heard them having a conversation. They got retarded by the
Okay.
end. I gotta bleep that after this.
Yeah, please.
They got really messed up to the point that they could barely talk.
My God.
So that was the only positive, but it was so it was so bad.
Mhm.
They got so bad by the entire show. Like it started at that point and it continued till Naito,
Okay.
where they're having a fight over Naito's age.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you remember
look
that?
it up. Just look
And
it
I
up
looked
on-
at him and I go, he's effing 36. He's like, yeah, he's good, right? He's fast.
And they even said that in the promo video too, that he's 36.
I know. Well, that's why they were arguing.
Crazy.
So it was ridiculous.
A bunch of dum-dums. Yes.
What did you think of that whole debacle?
I loved it. I love the fact that like I went through the emotions with this match just because as soon as they announced it was a Bully Ray Street fight, I thought it was going to be Minoru Suzuki.
It was supposed to be.
And then I showed my wife a bunch of Minoru Suzuki videos on
supposed to
YouTube, and I was like, "That dude's crazy. Look at him." And she's like, "Ah, he's pretty crazy. I don't give a shit." And then when we were at the show, we were like, yo, who's Juice Robinson is his opponent, and then he gets beat up backstage,
Right.
and then all of a sudden you're like, yo, who's gonna come out and face me? Friggin' Flip Gordon.
Crowd went nuts for Flip.
Crowd went nuts.
Crowd went out to Flip. Oh, so good.
So Flip is still hurt. He's
Yeah.
not great. You know, he messed up his knee, but the reality is, who's going to miss out on the Garden?
Right.
He was supposed to be in that spot
Mhm.
originally, and they replaced him with, I think, Monaro was the major consideration, and then they moved on. And then, I don't know, somehow Juice became it. So they beat up Juice in the back. Who beat up Juice?
They didn't address that. They
But
didn't.
you saw someone run off.
It was
I didn't.
probably
I
not
didn't
beat
see that on the feed
Yeah.
because they showed it really quick live. But honestly, like seeing Juice live, I get it.
Seeing him live.
Yeah,
you
seeing
got
him live,
it.
I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, that's cool. Like he's gonna be like a New Japan linchpin
Agreed.
for the next like couple of years. You know, like
Yeah, listen, dude, I get him. He's a good-looking guy. He has the
Great on the
size.
mic.
Great. Yeah, he's great.
so. Flip Gordon, Mark Haskins, and Juice took on Bully Ray, Shane Taylor, and Silas.
And
Young.
not Devon.
Not Devon.
You're not
So weird.
Devon.
Oh, that's what they were screaming.
Yeah.
That's not Devon!
Over
Like
and
that,
over.
violently screaming over.
What
and-
was the other thing he said? Oh no! Oh no!
Oh
He
no!
kept doing
Oh
that.
no!
There
Oh,
was,
no.
and you had the same experience this morning where I was like, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but like I feel like with a lot of things, especially like something like a professional wrestling crowd, I feel like I'm like a weird alien observer.
Mhm.
That's just kind of like that's an interesting choice to make on what you're yelling.
Yeah.
Oh, why would you yell that? And I'm not in that. Maybe it's my fault. I'm not inundated into that wrestling meme culture.
Right.
Like
right.
there was a kid in front of us who was with his mom. He was like in his 20s, and you know, like the chant of like "This is wrestling."
Mhm.
When Jay White hit a headlock on Okada, this dude shot up from his chair and was just like, "This is rest hold." And then there was like another dude who was like, "This is rest hold," and I'm like, "All right," I was like, maybe it's something I don't get or
Yeah.
whatever. So that kind of thing, like, it kind of again, it takes me out of it like a little bit because I'm very much like
Into watching it.
I've always been like this with any kind of media that I like, and it's me personally. Shut the F up and just
It's
watch
like
it.
it's like a way to participate. It's kind of like doing the wave at a
Yeah,
football game.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
where it gives them like a little bit of like, oh, I'm part of this.
If I bring you
I
to a
know.
wrestling show, are you gonna like be obscene?
I think so.
Yeah,
Oh,
mean,
jeez.
Just gonna throw double A
Why
batteries
not?
at
I
everybody.
know.
what other opportunity do I have
Mhm.
to scream,
scream like
at
a
the top of my lungs?
You might be onto
And
something.
no one
there.
would care.
You might be onto
Yeah.
something. There.
So-
And then
People care.
someone might actually repeat what I say and be into it.
That is true.
like
We
instead
s-
of me getting like tackled and
How
arrested.
many angry adults did you see there last night?
Oh, tons.
There was
No,
a few. There was a few.
I have to tell you, you know what?
Few.
The crowd was a lot better for this show. People are just really happy to be there compared to the
I was
Brooklyn
told. Remember,
show.
I was told by that one group that they were getting excited because they were hearing me get excited.
Yeah. So there was this group from
Infectious,
Ireland in front of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was this group from Ireland in front of us. Young, I mean, 20-somethings.
Yeah. or
And the guy turns around and he goes, "Can I tell you, you're getting me so excited for the matches because you were so happy."
I was so.
He was so
happy.
happy. Let's go on to the next match. What was next?
I didn't waste that blue chew
Yeah.
on Josh.
By the way,
Let me
I
tell
want to
you.
remind everybody, if you enjoy what we're doing, let me just say this before we continue. If you enjoy this, if you enjoy what we're doing, hit that super chat button. If you're watching live on YouTube, youtube.com/Mattman Podcast, you can hit that little $ under the chat, and you can give us anything: $1, 99 cents, 50 cents, $10, $20.
100.
I've said for $100,
1,000.
I will send you my Enchante picture.
If you send us $1,000, Andrew and I will touch nipples,
We will touch. We'll touch tips too,
but
maybe.
not our nipples.
So you can hit the super
Touch
chat
Hogan's
button there.
nipples.
So let's go on. What was the
All
next
right,
match?
we have a bunch of stuff to talk
Okay,
about
let's go
too, but
quick.
it was a quick 5-hour show. It
Yeah.
was beautiful. All right, so excuse me, Taiji Ishimori, the Bone Soldier from the Bullet Club, was the champion of the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Division versus Bandito versus Dragon Lee. 8 minutes and 54
the
seconds.
best 8-minute match I'll
I
ever see in
agree.
my life.
Awesome.
Everybody got their stuff in. Dragon Lee is from another planet,
Phenomenal.
and I love Ishimori. I feel like Ishimori's underrated in his selling ability.
Yes, I think Ishimori is extremely underrated. I think overall,
So good.
very good. Good body on that guy too.
He looks like
Dragon
Mighty
Lee,
Mouse.
Ishimori, Bandito, like these dudes put on a nice clinic. And then you had the winner take all match for the ROH World Tag Champs
This is when it gets wacky.
This is when it gets really effing bizarre.
So right before this happened, right? Everybody all of a sudden is on their phone in the building.
Everybody got the Bret Hart update.
Everybody got the Bret Hart update. So, and I don't want to go into Hall of Fame because it'll take too long, but around this time, Bret Hart is doing his speech for the induction of him and Anvil, the Hart Foundation, and this guy in a Rasta hat, right, and dreadlocks, like the hat with the dreadlocks that you get in Jamaica, the tourist one, he rushes the stage
Jamaica
and
Queens.
like tackles Bret, and Natty goes down with him.
Yep.
Yeah.
The feed goes black, so now everybody has like the crowd shots. Obviously, people are recording this.
The concern we saw.
Travis Brown.
Travis Brown.
Ronda Rousey's husband is the first to. I've never seen someone jump up so fast because he knew something was going on. He's on stage. Total mayhem breaks out, and they proceed to beat the living crap out of this guy.
Yeah.
That tackled Bret. Bret had to go to the hospital, by the way. He's
That's
having some
unfortunate,
hip
man.
issues.
That sucks.
So they proceeded to pummel him. It's Travis Brown getting it in a ton, and here comes Davey
Boy.
Davey Boy Smith. Jr.
Harry Smith.
Oh yeah.
The gold pants.
Harry runs in gold pants and a t-shirt, starts beating the crap out of him.
They get him out.
They now other people are getting it in. I think Malenko got one in. I mean, just like somebody's
Yeah,
kicking him.
everybody's just like
Everybody's getting something in on this guy while they're dragging him.
Spud.
Yeah.
Rockstar Spud was there. So all of a sudden, Dash Wilder
he pops him one.
he popped him with an uppercut.
Yeah.
It dropped him.
Yeah.
It dropped him straight on his head, face first down. And then they threw him out of the building.
Why would you do that?
Why would you do that?
Why would you do that? Would we ever do that?
I can't imagine disliking anybody to that level.
What
Was it a
situation would you be in?
Well, I don't think his gripe apparently was that the women are headlining the
Right.
pay-per-view.
Oh,
And Vince and
my.
Triple H aren't listening to his tweets.
And and Triple H are not listening to his tweets, and he's been tweeting them.
Well.
So I did the whole thing. I went down his Twitter, and I'm not going to give it out here. I don't want to promote this.
Yeah, F that guy.
Yeah.
But I went down his thing. So he hadn't tweeted for many, many years.
Really?
And then all of a sudden, he started ramping
back.
it up.
I'm crazy
I think,
again, baby.
The
When
crazy
all this
came
matters.
in. The crazy started.
Listen, mental illness isn't something to
It's
be
not-
made fun
it's
of
not
at
a-
all. It's a very serious
No.
issue.
Well, thank you,
And-
Ryan Anderson.
And listen, thank you, Ryan
Ryan
Anderson.
Anderson, thank you.
When things like this happen, obviously, like you got to take the proper precaution, proper steps, and like this is not a well person. But
No.
at the same time, like listen, if you're gonna step to any kind of wrestler in any kind of situation, you're gonna get your head kicked in. You know,
Terrible decision.
like it is a terrible decision to wake up in the morning. I'm gonna drive to this event and I'm gonna suplex.
Do you know where he drove
Bret
from?
Hart.
Where?
Do you know where?
Minnesota.
Nebraska.
Oh, Nebraska.
Oh,
right.
my
Yeah.
He
yeah.
drove
Yeah.
from Nebraska, and I mean the guy is obviously not well. Whatever it is, he has an MMA record. He has a 2-1 MMA record. Like he's an amateur MMA fighter.
I think you mean to say he records MMA.
No, he's an MMA fighter. He
Like
does
DVRs
MMA.
it?
Hey, listen, I don't know what a 2-0 record is, an amateur record would be, but apparently he has a history. He was arrested previously. He had for a not a harassment, but he broke a court ordered order of protection.
Yeah.
It's like an order of like don't be anywhere near or contact this person. So obviously he has an issue. He's young. He's like in his 20s. This guy, I would love to see what he looks like right now after getting his ass handed to him. So this is happening.
Looks like a hamburger.
This tag match happens.
Mm-hmm.
the
G1 tag match happens.
So this is happening during the G1 tag match.
Yeah.
God wins the tag title. They winner take all. They won both titles, right?
They won the ROH heavyweight tag and they won the IWGP heavyweight tag.
I'm not doing it justice because I need to get through this, and matches are already starting on the
PCO's
pay-per-view.
intro.
A PCO would look great. Yeah.
Oh my god. PCO's electric chair intro. Brody King looked amazing. The Briscoes looked amazing.
Yeah.
The Briscoes
look
are also okay. So let's quickly talk about this in our quick voices. Enzo and Cass storm the ring and they start going after the Briscoes. Number one, this is why I think it's a work because if you're going head to head with Jay Briscoe, That dude looks like he's got skeletons in his closet. That dude looks like he's buried bodies. He's the ultimate dirt man.
Okay, yes.
I would not want to trade blows with this dude.
No.
So
And-
they were throwing haymakers though.
But-
a lot of
Enzo looking into the crowd, not a scuff on his
not
face.
a scuff on his face. Yeah.
I'm like, all right, this is a work. Because I feel like you've gotten punched in the face. I've gotten punched in the face. You get punched in the face, you're getting immediate reaction from your face.
I was told that not everybody was privy to this,
right.
to this information, and the people that were told to make it look as real as possible, and
the
that
camera
if they are swinging, you better make it look good.
Yeah.
So they made it look great.
I mean, it look awesome.
Big Cass does not look great.
He put on a couple of pounds. It's all
A
right.
little bit, he'll be fine.
All right.
But we were commenting how they kept shooting the tag match stuff so to make it look even more real.
Yes.
Right, but
They wouldn't put the cameras on what was going on.
because I think that's also like the half and half of it, where it's like, all right, this is a Ring of Honor thing,
Yeah.
and then for the New Japan World, and like on the feed, they concentrated on
I see what
the
you're saying.
gorillas
Winning.
Interesting.
reacting to something outside and Toro stealing the belts.
Yeah.
Because there is a shot of him on the top of the ramp with the belts he took.
Yeah.
And that was the other thing, too. Toriano ran and stole the IWGP belts while this whole kerfuffle was
Wow, I
happening.
didn't even know that.
So they, on the feed, you see God walk by and they're just like, psh, and then they cut to Toriano and he's got the belts, like, ha ha ha. So I think this is strictly
That's a
just the
storyline.
Ring of Honor thing.
Yeah.
You know? New Japan was like, well, we don't care.
All right. What else do we have?
We got Zack Sabre Jr. tapping out
Tanahashi.
Hiroshi Tanahashi in 15 minutes.
It was okay. You know, at this point, this match kind of got lost
No one was paying attention.
because everybody's now looking up the other stuff.
So let's gloss over it.
Yeah.
Match number 10 for the IWGP Intercontinental Championship.
Oh, great.
You had the champion, Tetsuo Naito representing LIJ versus the Golden Star, Kota Ibushi.
Dude, phenomenal, man. How long did
I
this go?
love that
This was
match.
a 20-minute match. How many chills did you guys get?
So good.
On a
so
scale of
good.
1 to 15
They're
chills.
both so good.
They told a great
15.
story
Yeah.
in the ring, too.
And
Yeah.
Ibushi, IWGP Intercontinental Champion.
Did you go, Josh? Were you at midnight
Oh,
for this whole
Completely.
match? Yeah.
I was at
Completely at
13
midnight.
o'clock right
You're
now.
in another world.
Yeah.
No blue chew needed.
No,
No,
but-
bullshit. Yeah, it was a great match. Phenomenal
It was
match.
great.
What followed this?
We got
The main event?
the semi-main event, which is a 3-way ladder match for the Ring of Honor World
yeah.
Championship.
Awesome.
Matt Taven, Jay Lethal, Marty Skrull. 30-minute match. Honestly, they did such a great job, and I feel like they over-delivered. I think the match,
think
I
so?
think they over-delivered completely. I would have been so satisfied if they ended it before he brought out the big ladder.
The purple one.
And
yeah.
I was like, yo, this is a great match. This is cool. Like, somebody could win right now. And then all of a sudden, Matt Taven goes under the ring and brings out this gaudy
Gigantic, gaudy purple.
20-foot purple
That
ladder.
you knew he was going to
Yeah.
win, right?
What about the ladder crashing into the guy in the front row?
He deserved it.
Yeah.
That guy was in everybody's face the whole night.
Oh,
and
Tim
he got-
Anchor, $10.
Thanks, Tim. It looked, from my perspective, he got the ladder toward him, and I feel like it just nicked his
Yeah.
pinky finger, and he was like, oh no.
Is that what he was doing? Did you get a good view?
He got
yeah,
an ice
we-
bag.
Like, yeah, he got an ice bag, and people were like, throw it back, which I thought was funny. But, you know, whatever, man. Like, he's okay. People were so, like, from our perspective, like, we were in the hundreds, so we kind of saw everything happening at ringside, and I'm shocked that the folks who got ringside seats were as mortified as they were when wrestlers were being thrown over
right.
the barricade.
Oh, so they were like shocked that it was
Yeah.
happening.
Right.
Right.
And I'm like, yo, what did you expect? You know, especially in New
Yeah.
York. I've been, my wife can attest to this. We've been to a billion metal shows
Oh,
in the city, and you're like, you know where to stand. So
yeah,
you're just
right.
kind of
I
like,
don't want to be in that pit.
we're gonna
right
be
there.
here, we're gonna be here, we're gonna be here, we're gonna be here. You strategically place yourself not around the action. And I'm like, yeah, it's great to be ringside, but at the same time, like, have a little consciousness.
Yeah,
And somebody's gonna throw
something.
a person into you.
Yeah.
You know. Great match. How did you guys feel about it?
Loved it. It was great.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I could have been a little bit shorter.
Okay.
People
29, I'm surprised about the 29 minutes.
20, they went long.
Yeah.
I do feel everybody was waiting to see Okada's entrance at this point. That's what everybody was talking about. I can't wait to see Okada's entrance.
Did not disappoint.
Did not disappoint. Okada came out and
With Gato.
I'm
sorry, not with Gato.
Not with Gato.
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
He won the title. IWGP Championship. This is the fourth
So
title
good.
change in 3 months.
That's crazy.
Fifth title win for Okada, right?
Fifth title win for Okada.
Jay White came out with Gato. Jay White the Switchblade. Beautiful
Whoa,
all white
Megan,
outfit.
$20.
Thank you, Megan.
All right.
Happy WrestleMania Day to my favorite podcast. I can't
Aw.
wait to hear your thoughts after
20
Mania.
euros.
20 euros.
Megan, give us a
No,
question
no, no.
too.
Right?
We don't call them euros in New York. We call them gyros.
We call
Oh,
them,
right.
we call them liras.
Euros.
Megan, if you have a question, please feel free to ask it. You
what
get
kind of
kinda
euros
free
did
reign
they
right
give
now.
Extra tzatziki, please.
Extra tzatziki. So Kazuchika Okada versus Jay White. Jay White came out ultimate heel. I'm really happy. Like this is what I love the fact that the fans for the most part booed the heels
Yes.
and cheered the faces, and Jay White got booed out of the building. And
Yeah.
me personally,
Taven too, I thought was
I-
getting booed.
I was cheering. I love Switchblade. I love Jay White. I think that dude is so great. Being 26 years old,
So yeah.
you know, just murdering everybody left and right. But I will admit, when he debuted as the stalker for Tanahashi,
Yeah.
I was like, ugh, womp womp, and I grew to love him.
Yeah. All right.
Guido, great,
took a nice bump
foibles in the
Yeah.
ring. So what did you rate this?
I enjoyed it. I was tired at this point. I
Yeah.
was really tired. We were trying to run out there and get on the train.
32-minute match.
Yeah. I was exhausted. I think the show went a little long. I know that they were planning on going until midnight.
Yeah.
I don't think they should have gone till midnight. They could have eliminated something.
Okay.
There's so much going on, and I know the people are leaving during this main event.
Mhm.
A lot of people,
Yeah, a lot.
because they were trying to make the Joey Janela spring break
Yeah.
event that ended up getting a little delayed because this show went on so long.
They went 32 minutes, and as soon as Okada started with the promo, the post-match
Yeah.
promo,
Yeah.
people were bouncing the
Yeah.
F out of it. And like in my head, I'm like, I try to be as empathetic as possible with everything. And I'm like, Okada must be like, where's everybody going?
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, Okada doesn't know about New York traffic.
Yeah.
So when people just leave, you know, like I gotta get home.
Yeah.
Like he's not familiar with that.
So before we wrap it up, let's do a quick vote on who's winning and who's losing on WrestleMania.
All right. So
And then we'll go and we'll watch it because the show has started.
we're gonna go through the card really quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really
So
quick.
can we do this? I'll punch up the card,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Round table?
We'll do a round table.
Okay, you go last though.
Yes.
Okay. We'll go back to you last. So I'll start and then we'll go back to you.
Right. We'll do a round table. Wife, you're included.
Oh,
in
thank
this.
you.
I also just call her
Well-
wife at home.
Yeah.
Wife,
Yeah.
Wife.
come hither.
I never say come hither.
That's too romantic. Oh, come hither.
Come hither.
Um,
Hither?
Go
Okay.
ahead.
So 16 matches in the card today.
Okay.
All right. We're going to go do a round table. Guys, if you're following along on YouTube, we may have time to answer one question, but we're going to go through the match card at
Yeah.
WrestleMania right now. All right. Pre-show match, Revival, Scott Dawson, Dash Wilder, tag team champions for Raw versus Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder.
You know what? I'm gonna go with a totally unorthodox idea. I think Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins are winning.
Go.
I think after the punch, Revival.
Okay.
Go.
I have no comments until the main event.
Okay.
Go. I'm going to say Hawkins and Ryder
Okay.
because it's in the New York area.
Okay.
All right. SmackDown Fatal 4-Way. These might be out of order depending on the show or whatever. Fatal 4-Way tag team match for the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championships. The Usos, Jay and Jimmy, champions versus Ricochet and Aleister Black versus The Bar versus Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev. Go.
I'm gonna go with Aleister Black and Ricochet.
Colm.
Ricochet.
You.
What he said.
All right. I'm going Ricochet, Aleister Black. Next match. WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal.
Wait, what about Murphy and East?
I can't
I'm
even do
going
that.
out of order.
I don't know who's in it, so let's just skip over it.
Okay. Colm.
Liv Morgan.
Okay.
You.
What?
Chantel.
All right.
I'm gonna
I'm-
go with Chantel.
I'm going Asuka.
Okay.
Uh,
Hey, by the way, FightForever.net. I want to give MG Geek a plug because he's been busting his butt over there. FightForever.net. Everybody, go check it out. And also, you could join the WrestleMania game, which we're going to be giving away a Funko Pop if you sign up. MG Geek will post it right in the links in the
Thank
chat.
you,
right
Brian.
Big thank you to Brian Burgess for $10 for chipping in
Big
for
Brian.
a beer run. Happy Mania. Happy Mania to you,
Cheers,
bud.
Keys. This one's for you.
So
Mm.
what do we got next, baby? Daniel Bryan, the champion, the WWE Championship. Daniel Bryan versus Kofi Kingston. Andrew.
I'm gonna go with Daniel Bryan.
Josh.
Kofi.
Kofi.
Lady. I'm going Kofi.
Oh, by the way, those title belts sold out.
Yeah.
Oh, the vegan
Remember I
title?
told you. Remember I told you about the wooden title? They sold them for $500 a piece. Sold
God.
out, gone. There's
Wow.
one left,
One left.
and it's $5,000.
TV
All right.
Warren.
Yeah.
The Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. You have the Boston Hug Connection. What a stupid name. Bailey and Sasha Banks, who are the champions, versus Beth Phoenix and Natalya, the Divas of Doom, versus the Iconics, Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, versus Nia Jax and Tamina. Andrew.
I'm gonna go with Tamina and Nia.
Hugs and Boss.
Yeah, Hugs and Boss.
I'm going Hugs and Boss also.
Okay.
Roman Reigns in a mid-card WrestleMania match. I hope the crowd is behind him. Versus Drew McIntyre. This is your classic grudge match. Andrew.
I'm gonna go with Roman.
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 Oh, Roman. All right. Singles match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. The show has a history with this match. Bobby Lashley is the champion versus the Demon, Finn Balor. I personally
Yikes.
do want the Demon, Bobby Lashley. Andrew.
I want the Demon Bobby. We spoke about this. I want to see Bobby Lashley come out dressed up like Grandpa Al Lewis.
Grandpa Munson.
Grandpa Munster. Yeah, Grandpa Al Lewis. I want him to come out dressed up like him with the cape, and I want him to just like flap his cape and run down to the ring. And then
I love
turn into a bat when he hits the ring.
That's all I want.
Just poof,
Bat?
and it's a bat with his
Is that
face.
is he really doing like a demon gimmick?
No, but
No.
Finn Balor is.
Oh,
Finn
No,
Balor.
but
Oh, yeah.
we've been
I know. I was like almost believing it.
we've
for a
been
moment.
fantasizing for 2 weeks now that Bobby Lashley transforms into Grandpa Al
Well,
Lewis.
I knew that part was a joke, but I didn't know if that was
I'll
like
take Finn Balor.
bounced off of. Yeah,
Demon Balor's gonna win it.
Showbiz, baby.
Finn
Try to
Balor.
keep up.
Yeah.
Finn Balor.
On a scale of 1 to 5 Lady Blue Chews, Finn Balor.
If he goes like this.
If he
I
goes-
mean,
if
I
he goes
don't-
like this,
I don't
and then
need
he
any
goes like
Lady Blue
this.
Chews with Finn Balor. If that's what.
Oh, bitch. What a bitch. United States,
Awkward pause.
United
Okay.
States Championship. Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio.
I want to see Mysterio win this.
Okay,
Mysterio.
Yeah, Mysterio.
I'm
Okay.
going Joe. Joe
Okay.
retains. I want Joe to destroy him.
Okay.
Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
I'm gonna say one of those pick those
The SNL people.
yeah.
Okay,
I'm gonna pick one of those guys.
so Colin Jost or
I hate them. I hate the whole.
Yeah.
I hate a celebrity crossover.
or Michael Shea.
I don't think they're funny.
Pick somebody.
I'm gonna pick.
We're running out of time, baby.
I'm gonna pick Michael Shea.
Okay,
Rob Gronkowski.
I
He's
don't
not
know what's
in
going
it.
on.
I'm going Gronk, baby.
Did
That's
we just
terrible,
high
by the
five
way.
for Gronk?
Yeah,
We
I
it
don't
was
know
a
this one.
low. It
In
was
the
a
whitest
very
dad high five ever.
also terrible.
You guys
Yeah,
are
Colm,
white
you know how to
guys.
high five?
That.
Can you
No,
high five?
he can't anymore. He
Oh,
lost
You don't know
that.
how to high five. You're a dad.
He's a
Well, you're not
Nats
a
fan.
lefty,
You're a dad now.
No,
Yeah,
listen, he's
so-
a
You
Nats
can't high
fan.
five.
I was left-handed. You can't.
Okay. Yeah.
My brother-in-law has 2 kids. He can't high five either.
Ever? Really?
Oh my
Is it a
What
thing?
happens after the
Do you high
second
five a
one?
lot?
I high
Can
five.
we high five and see if we can
most
do
of
this?
my day.
All right, let's high
this.
five.
Ask my wife.
Yeah, you gotta
go
Most
like
of
this.
my day is
Don't
spent
start
high
with his
fives.
high
It's Matt
fives.
Riddle. You got to do the Matt
That-
Riddle, man.
That's a good one. No, Rich and I do a good high five. Let's do another one. Hold on.
Okay, here we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Ah,
Boom.
great. I give a great high five.
You do
Guys,
give a great
if
high
you
five.
want a high five from me, it only
And
costs
a
you
good massage.
$45. A good massage. If you just want me to touch you in any way.
How good is he as a masseuse? Very good massage.
If I give you
Yeah,
the...
for like 3 seconds.
Yeah, but that's all I
you
need.
That's,
No, it's not.
that's all you need.
I know what I need.
I know what everybody needs.
He gets distracted
Yes.
too soon. It's like, yeah, okay.
I do too.
Come back.
Okay.
That's the problem.
Anyway, I'm saying Gronkowski. AJ Styles versus the Leatherman Viper.
Leatherman's winning.
Randy Orton.
Snakeskin is winning.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The phenomenal AJ Styles.
Randy Orton or AJ?
Randy Orton.
Okay.
I'm going Randy Orton. Shane versus Miz. False count anywhere.
Miz.
Shane, it's his company.
Shane.
I'm going
Okay.
Miz. Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin.
Baron Corbin.
Baron.
Baron.
You know what? I like that name so much better than Baron Corbin. It's Baron Corbin.
Baron Corbin.
Yeah, I like Baron Corbin. I'm gonna go with a fakakta finish.
Same here.
Can I pick a Fakak
Yeah.
the finish? Okay, Fakak the finish. How about you?
Kurt Angle.
Kurt
Kurt
Angle.
Angle.
Okay.
I'm going. It's gonna end up being Kurt Angle versus John Cena, and John Cena takes it.
Okay.
Really?
Triple H versus Batista.
Triple H.
Triple H.
Batiste.
I'm going Triple H.
Okay.
However, supplementary question: does Batista get full man cannon pyro
Yeah.
when he
Yes.
comes out?
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be even bigger, I think.
I sometimes feel that his inside underskin wants to leave
What do you
the
mean?
skin. I feel like he's
It's
on
itching
the
to get
verge of shedding. He's coming
Yeah.
out of this skin.
His epidermis.
Yeah,
This
his
thing.
epidermis is about to leave, and he's just gonna have a new
Some of
skin.
that- some of that dermis.
Yeah, I want some of that dermis.
You want that
I
dermis?
He's
want
gonna
that
show
dermis.
some dermis.
Andrew wants that dermis. All right. Then we got Buddy Murphy versus Tony Nese.
By the way, Buddy Murphy just got busted open the hard
This
way.
may have happened already. I'm
It's
going
live
Tony
right now.
Nese.
Tony Nese. Okay, let's. I'm gonna go Buddy Murphy.
All right.
Murphy.
All right.
Brock Lesnar, the current WWE Universal Champion and future purple-looking person. Andrew, what do you say?
I'm gonna go with Brock Lesnar.
Brock
Versus who?
Lesnar.
Seth Rollins.
I'm gonna go Brock Lesnar.
Yeah,
I mean,
Brock.
he's
Me
gonna be.
too.
He's gonna
Brock.
be.
He just signed that deal.
I'm going Seth.
Okay.
I'm going Seth. I feel like I'm the odd man out on that, but
Okay,
I'm going
cool.
Seth.
Probably the
All
worst
right.
buildup of any
And
match
what else?
we have here.
And absolutely right, isn't
Yeah.
it like
For it to be
deplorable?
the belt.
I think Seth is taking it. All right. And the main event
Here we
for
go.
WrestleMania 35 taking place
Yes.
in the tri-state area of New York, New Jersey, and Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. That is the other tri-state, right? Or is it Connecticut?
Connecticut.
I always. Oh, so the tri-state area of New York, Connecticut. I'm going to make this very long, by the
Yeah,
way.
make it
Con-
long.
Connecticut-
No, but say it as slow as
I thought
possible.
it was
too.
DC, Maryland, Virginia.
And the main event for WrestleMania 35.
Awkward poses. Just stop talking. Just pause.
I just really want you guys to know that I love you.
Thank you.
and that Josh Coleman loves you. I do think he needs to add an extra O to his first
I
name.
wanted to add an extra Joe to his name.
Joe Josh.
Josh
Can we
Joe.
call you Joe Josh? All right. Ronda Rousey, the Raw Women's Champion, versus
Yeah.
Charlotte Flair, the SmackDown Women's Champion, versus Becky Lynch.
And you get both belts, correct?
You winner take all triple threat match for the WWE
And they
Raw
turn it into the
Women's.
big gold belt? Is that what happened?
Oh, it'd be
Yeah.
amazing.
I'm gonna tell you
that
right
would that would be great, Josh.
Becky Lynch.
I am telling you,
Out of
Charlotte
order.
is gonna win this.
No. Wow.
Okay.
I'm
Charlotte
is
Ronda.
winning it.
Charlotte,
Ronda.
Becky. I want Becky to win, but I do feel like there's gonna be some kind of like wacky,
It's
weird
gonna be
finish
Crazy.
where somebody interrupts this match, somebody shows up, costs somebody the title, and I do think we're gonna get the 4 horsewomen moment.
Okay, I'm telling you, we're not gonna get that.
I also predict that I'm gonna be asleep by the time this happens.
I think so. Well, this is going on at midnight.
What is the prediction on that? Midnight? that match?
Mhm.
I think so. I think this is what I would do. I'm not saying this is gonna. Obviously, I
Book
think
it, book it.
Becky is the one that's supposed to win it. But if I were to book this, oh man, Buddy Murphy's bleeding, not so good. Oof, that's a bad cut on the side of his
Did
head.
he get shot?
He got shot in the eye.
Is it the
Uh,
beginning of Reservoir Dogs?
Yeah, that's how it begins actually.
I'm fucking
So
dying.
he, I think what they're gonna do, Charlotte's gonna win by some weird finish, and Ronda and Becky are gonna be like, "What the f," and
Okay.
become the ultimate babyface. Like they got screwed out of this.
All right.
Is Ric Flair going to get involved then?
I don't think Flair's gonna be there.
Flair's got to show up.
He's got to cry, right?
He's
He's got to cry.
Somebody has to say, "I'm sorry, I love you,"
Yeah.
and then super kick him.
Yeah. All right.
I think it's gonna be fun.
And that's
Are we
it,
done?
right? That's the card.
Are we
All right,
done?
guys, listen.
Can we high five more?
Let's have 5 more.
Wait, Undertaker
Yeah.
showing up? Yes, no?
Oh, Undertaker showing up.
Yes.
What do you think? Okay, I'll go with yes.
I'll say
I'll
yes.
go with yes. Guys, if you enjoy the show, go sign up for our Patreon, patreon.com/MattMenPodcast. I cannot guarantee I will be here after the pay-per-view. I may be here after the pay-per-view. I may not be here after the pay-per-view because it ends so late. So it really depends on my sobriety at midnight tonight on early Monday morning. So that's what this is going to be based on.
Jeez, it's only
How do I
5:30.
feel?
It's only 5:30.
It's only 5:30 right now. We're talking about this is like people go to sleep and wake up and they're like, oh yeah, it's this time. That's what it's like.
I'm leaving in 20 minutes. By the way.
Are you leaving?
Yeah, I'm leaving. I'm also gonna set your house on fire. later.
Okay, that's
My
nice.
wife. That's why she's here. We planned it. She was like, "I'll
she
be the
has the
distraction."
gasoline and then
You're
perfect.
following the plan.
It's awesome. Well,
Doing?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think this will be a lot of
Yeah.
lot of fun to show. Guys, go to the website, gfknetwork.com. I'm going to be live tweeting. I don't know. Rich, are you going to live tweet?
As well, if I'm here, I'm
Oh,
not
you
gonna
here?
live tweet. But if
Okay.
I'm at home, I might live tweet.
Okay, so
But I might just live tweet stuff about myself.
yeah, that's fine. Just be like, I like,
It's like a
pistachios.
like a Salvador Dali situation where it's like where he says like I don't do drugs, I am drugs.
Yeah.
If I was like I don't watch wrestling, I am wrestling.
I am wrestling,
and
yeah.
try to create my own brand.
I like that, actually.
You know?
I'm into that. Guys, go to our website, gfknetwork.com. Subscribe to the podcast everywhere podcasts are available. Also, subscribe to us here on YouTube, on Twitter, everywhere. I mean, because we're streaming everywhere right now.
Everywhere
On
podcasts are
Twitch.
sold.
And we'll see you all maybe later or maybe tomorrow. Take care.
Maybe never.
Bye.
Maybe never.
Bye.
All right, guys.
Later.
Thank you. We got to go watch the show. Thank
That's
you.
fun.